What is tempered glass? Hello, engineering enthusiasts. Have you ever wondered how the glass protecting your car, cell phone, or shower can be so strong? And why, when it breaks, does it shatter into thousands of harmless little pieces instead of sharp shards? The answer lies in a fascinating material, tempered glass. You might think it's just glass, but behind that smooth and transparent surface, there is a rigorous scientific process that transforms ordinary glass into a true safety hero. But first, what is tempered glass? Basically, it's a type of safety glass that is heat-treated to gain much higher mechanical and thermal resistance than ordinary glass. The secret lies in its internal structure where, while regular glass breaks into sharp and dangerous fragments, tempered glass shatters into small rounded granules, minimizing the risk of injury. This characteristic is not accidental and is the result of precise control of internal stresses created during its manufacturing. But how did it all start? The history of tempered glass dates back to the 17th century, when princes of Bohemia, which is now part of the Czech Republic, experimented with rapidly cooling glass with water, observing an increase in strength. However, the modern technique was born in 1874 with the German Friedrich Siemens, who patented a method of rapid cooling for glass. But the big breakthrough came in 1929 when the French chemist Edouard Benedictus, who was already famous for inventing laminated glass, refined the cooling process. But it was only in the 1930s that the American company Libby Owens Ford developed large-scale production, driven by the automotive industry. The era of safety glass had begun. And as for how tempered glass is made, the process is a delicate dance between heat and cold, divided into crucial steps. It all starts with ordinary glass, called float glass, which is cut and shaped into the desired form. That's because after being tempered, it can't be drilled, sawed, or polished. Next, the edges are polished to eliminate micro cracks that would compromise its strength. The piece is then thoroughly washed, because any residue of dust or grease affects the heat treatment. Now comes the heart of the process, the tempering. The glass is placed in an industrial furnace and heated to about 620 to 650 degrees Celsius, a temperature close to its softening point. It stays there until the entire mass reaches an almost liquid and homogeneous state. Then abrupt cooling takes place, or tempering, where jets of compressed air are blown against both faces of the glass, high pressure within a matter of seconds. This thermal shock creates a critical difference in stresses where the surfaces cool quickly, contracting and forming an outer layer under compression, while the inner core, which cools more slowly, is under tension. It's these permanent stresses that give tempered glass its super strength. But what does that mean? In practice, the surface compression acts like a shield, making it harder for cracks to spread. To drill or break tempered glass, you need to overcome this compressive barrier, which allows it to withstand impacts 4 to 5 times greater than regular glass. Additionally, it can handle temperature changes up to 200 degrees, while float glass manages only 40. However, if the resistance is overcome, for example, with a blow to the edges where the tension is more critical, the energy accumulated by compression and tension is released all at once. But that's when the second magic comes in: granular fragmentation. The controlled internal stresses cause the glass to disintegrate into small cubes less than a centimeter in size without sharp edges. Where do we encounter tempered glass in daily life? Well, its application is vast, precisely because it combines transparency and safety in architecture. It's found in doors, partitions, facades, and handrails of buildings, places where falls or human impacts are real risks. In automobiles, they make up the side and rear windows. And just so you know, the windshield, because it requires resistance to punctures, uses laminated glass. At home, it protects us in shower enclosures, oven doors, tabletops, and even refrigerator shelves. Mobile devices like cell phones and tablets also use thin versions of tempered glass on their screens. But why is tempered glass so essential? Well, this is where its invisible role in everyday safety comes in. Imagine a conventional shower stall shattering over a child or a skyscraper window giving way to the wind. Tempered glass turns these risky scenarios into manageable situations. Its impact resistance, combined with its harmless fracture pattern, drastically reduces serious injuries. In addition, its durability lowers maintenance and replacement costs. It's no exaggeration to say that modern cities and safe homes owe a lot to this invention. Today, the evolution of tempered glass continues. Research explores chemical treatments such as ion exchange to temper curved or ultra-thin glass used in electronic devices. New international standards such as European Norm 12150 and American National Standards Institute ZEED 971 ensure that each batch meets strict criteria for strength and fragmentation. And the future doesn't stop there, where the integration with smart technologies, such as self-cleaning glass or solar control glass, shows that this ancient material still has a lot to innovate. Tempered glass is more than just an industrial product, it's a triumph of materials engineering. By mastering the internal stresses of glass, turning its greatest weakness, which is breaking, into a safety asset. From the furnaces of the Industrial Revolution to today's skyscrapers, it proves that sometimes true strength lies in knowing how to balance pressures. If you've made it this far and enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, leave your like and turn on the notification bell. And if you find our content interesting, consider becoming a member to help us keep producing content here on the platform and be remembered in our videos. And if you're curious to know about the courses we recommend, scan the QR code here on the side or check the link in the video description. Gain access to opportunities to develop skills that will impact your career. So, did you know how tempered glass is made? Have you noticed where tempered glass protects your life? Right now, leave it here in the comments because I want to know. Right here on the side, there are two interesting video options that you need to watch to expand your knowledge and explore your curiosity. If you want to support us, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and consider joining as a member. That's it, engineering lovers. Big hugs. See you in the next video.